North of the Broad. I'm so honored to meet and have you all meet, if you have not met him. His name is Dr. Robert Adams, and he is the Executive Director of the Penn Center. Been in that position for 18 months. Welcome to the Lowcountry. You said you're from Boston.
Yeah, I came down from Boston. It's one of the many places I've been on my journey.
Yes.
I was originally born in Bangor, Maine, and part of a long settlement of Black people in Bangor and in the eastern part of Canada. And my mother's from that part, and my father's from Texas.
Oh, gosh.
So, we brought that together.
So what brought you to the Penn Center? What interested you about being the executive director?
Well, African American history is an important part of telling the American story. It's an important perspective to view the evolution of democracy, the extension and expansion of rights. The founders of this country created a country, they created a vision, let me put it that way, that they couldn't quite live into immediately. But they laid out a roadmap for us, and it's been our job to improve on and to follow their prescription for what American democracy should be. And that's and the Penn Center plays a big role in that, because the Penn Center originated from the second founding of America, the part where a broader constituency had access to the vote, access to land ownership, and access to sort of like giving their voice in everyday, daily, practice of democracy. And so the Penn Center, in some ways, has sort of like been a marker for that evolution. And so we started in Reconstruction.
Yes.
Well, prior to Reconstruction, I like to call that part Reconstruction too, because Reconstruction started in the Beaufort area, right? And then it moves on from there to, go across the South.
Right.
But continuously, the Penn Center has been a place that was about American democracy, about access to the vote, and about rights.
Right. All right. And you have this wonderful event going on, this homecoming, for Reverend Johnnie Simmons, February through May of this year. So tell us about the exhibit.
Well, Reverend Johnnie Simmons is he's a native of St. Helena.
Okay.
And he, in the late 60s, went off to the Vietnam War. And was in he was in the 173rd Brigade. And it was an airborne sort of rapid reaction force. And they saw some of the worst fighting in the war. And he came back traumatized from that experience.
Right.
And he came across art as a way to heal.
Okay.
So these wood burnings that he does have been his technique, his medicine, to sort of confront the PTSD that came from that time. Now, St. Helena had the highest number of deaths due to the Vietnam War.
Well, who would ever know that?
Exactly.
Wow, very interesting.
Yeah.
And so we're in Black History Month, and so this would be a good time to come visit the Penn Center. And actually, for the Pat Conroy Center, there's a relationship, it has been for years, with Pat Conroy, and for the March 4th celebration on Sunday, March 2nd, you all will be hosting folks. We just have about a minute left, so anything you want to share about that?
Well, I just think that this is Pat Conroy, he's been an important voice for us in the past of sharing our story beyond Beaufort County to the whole entire world. And so we always like to lift up and partner with the Pat Conroy Center, to continue that relationship and to continue that legacy.
Right, very good. So we have a lot to talk about. You have to have you back.
Yes.
Will you be back?
I will be back. Yes.
We have, again, 30 seconds left. Anything else you want to share with folks who have never been to the Penn Center, why they should come out?
Come out and see why Beaufort County is central in American history. And the Penn Center is part of that mosaic that helps to tell that story.
Very good. Dr. Robert Adams, nice to have you as a guest on North of the Broad.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, it's our honor. And we'll be right back with more of our program. Don't go away.